Hello, everyone. Welcome to Good Hang. I'm very, very excited about our guest today. It is Leanne Morgan. She is a incredible, hilarious stand-up who had a huge special on Netflix and now has a new show on there called Leanne. And look, Leanne is someone you probably are getting to know or just found out about, but guess what? She's been doing comedy for a long time, and you're going to hear all about it today. So we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about her love of Diet Coke. We're going to talk about the fact that she was voted best looking in high school. We're going to talk about her husband, Chuck Morgan, and her new show and all the good stuff that comes along with it. And we always like to start these episodes by asking someone who knows our guest what question they think I should ask them. And so joining me is a great, hilarious actress. You've seen her in a very small scene in Sex and the City, and you've seen her in Third Rock from the Sun, and you're going to see her in the new show Leanne, playing the sister of Leanne Morgan's character, Kristen Johnston. Kristen, can you hear me? Is the Zoom working? Hi. This episode of Good Hang is presented by Walmart. School supplies, we all remember getting them. I remember Trapper Keepers and so many colored pens, but now I'm sure there's a million more things to get. And thankfully, Walmart has essential back-to-school supplies starting at 25 cents, plus all the latest tech starting at $9. Who knew? Hello Kitty pencil cases, Nintendo notebooks, food-shaped erasers, Chromebooks, keyboards, and more at low Walmart prices. They even have Lilo and Stitch headphones. Who knew? Shop Walmart.com to score their favorite back-to-school tech and supplies. I was kind of thinking today, it's crazy. We must have met.
I know. I think we did.
Yeah, we must have met like before the New York smoking ban. That's where I feel like we must have met. I feel like we were at a bar somewhere talking about like.
We could have been drunk together. God knows.
That's probably
God
true.
only knows.
I was just reminiscing with someone the other day. I can remember when the New York smoking ban came into effect, and we were like, "They're not going to let us smoke in restaurants. That'll never stick." We were like, no way.
Wait, Amy, I'm so old. I actually remember physically smoking on an airplane.
Yeah, I remember. I remember people smoking on an airplane. I wasn't out of the age yet to smoke, but you're only a few years older than me.
Well, neither was I, but I did it anyway. But you know what? I have to say, smoking aside, because I did smoke for quite a few years, but being in New York in the 90s was really fun.
I know, we're similar. We're close to the same age, and Leanne too. Leanne's just a few years older, and I want to talk to her about that because we all came up in the 80s, and it was a completely different time.
Different. I mean, I feel really lucky and blessed to
Me too.
Run around drinking from garden hoses and not coming home until like midnight at, you're 6 years old or whatever. It was fun in the 70s and 80s.
Okay, so tell me how you met Leanne, how you got involved in the show.
Okay, so, I did the show Mom with Chuck Lorre. Chuck calls me a year and a half ago. And like you get a call from Chuck Lorre and you're like, oh, do I call back? Anyway, he calls and he's like, look, do you know this stand-up Leanne Morgan? And I didn't because I'm not a stand-up-y person. And he goes, just watch her. And so I watched, I don't even know why. And I watched like the first 10 minutes. I called him back. I was like, oh my God. And he said, we're doing a show. We want you to play her sister. Susan McMartin's doing. And I was like, I'm done. I didn't even let him finish the sentence. And then we met a couple months later and felt deeply, deeply in love.
I feel I'm really excited. I've never met her. I'm really excited to meet her because I feel the same way. I feel like we're going to be friends.
Well, the two of you, I mean, she told me like a month ago she was coming on this and I was like, oh, my girl crush. But also I was like, the two of you, it's going to be insane maybe. I don't even know. You're going to have to, it's going to win Emmys. I'm just saying. Or whatever.
It's going to be the first podcast to win Emmys and a Webby. But it's never going to.
Maybe an Oscar,
Wait, you play in Leanne, the show that's coming out. You play the younger sister, the divorced kind of like
the hot mess.
The hot mess. Perfect.
She's just a mess. She's a mess. Yeah. No, it was really, really fun because also she is, when you meet her, I mean, she's just everything you want her to be. She's super authentic and kind and hilarious, obviously. And so it was really fun to play off of that and just be dark and horrible. Just
So
a wreck.
fun.
So it was fun.
And
yeah.
I mean, also just love, I want to talk to Leanne about it, but I'm sure you're the same way. Most of the women I know in my 50s are in many ways at the best place in their life so far.
For sure. But yeah, I just love it, man. Your friends, their kids are off to school or out of the house. So like, it's just a reconnection of like the women in your life, and you kind of don't care about men anymore. Sorry. And it's just, I don't know. I find it really fun.
Well, you know what? It's so great about being Gen X, a generation that everyone forgets, and who cares? We don't care, whatever. Never
We
mind.
don't.
Who gives a fuck? We don't care. We don't care.
I actually prefer it.
Yeah, leave us alone. We raised ourselves.
That's right.
What is great about being Gen X is the women that are now Gen X are approaching menopause, with all due respect to the boomer women ahead of us. They didn't have the same kind of language, resources, attitude.
They didn't talk. My mom's didn't talk about menopause.
No.
I mean, until I brought it up with her. So it's like something you had to ignore.
Well, it was like a joke. It was like
don't talk about it. Yeah.
It was like it fell into those categories of like being frigid or being like a slut.
Or just getting your period. Yeah. You just don't talk about it.
Don't talk about
slut.
Remember that word? She's a real slut. I know. I mean, right. Nobody talked about their period. No way.
I know. No way. Or you talk about it quietly in the bathroom with the other girls. Do you have a tampon? But it wasn't like, they now, like the Gen Z, they don't care. They talk about all of it. It's awesome.
Gen Z. I mean, I don't know about you, but I love Gen Z.
I do too. I love them. I actually choose to hang out with them. Like my friends' kids are so incredible.
I know. They're so, my joke about Gen Z is they're so open. They teach me so much, and they always dress like they have the flu.
That's so true. Yeah.
And so there's a lot that she tells us in the work that she does, but what do you think, what question do you think I should ask her today that might be a good one to throw her way?
Oh, I think you should ask her. Well, I would love to know this. Was Hollywood different than she expected it to be? And when did she kind of realize that? And the other thing I would love to know is who is her favorite co-star?
And for listeners, Kristen's very leaning in, and she has her hands crossed in prayer. and she's looking real cute. And last question for you is, do you find it hard to be around Leanne and not talk in her accent?
Well, I had to talk in her accent as the character.
That's right.
Well, no, it's a little less. I mean, hers is very special. So I didn't want to imitate her. But I probably talk a little bit like her daughter, Tess. I actually find it impossible. Yeah, but yes, the answer to that is yes. I find it really fun to slide into that. But weirdly, when she's not around, I turn into who was that terrible Southern? I don't know, like a cartoon Southern. I can't do it. But if she's there, I'm fine. I do it.
I know.
It's weird.
You know what I love that Leanne says is when she says Nashville. I like the vol instead
Nashville.
of the vil.
And Cracker Barrel. Let's go to Cracker Barrel. You're like, are we going to Cracker Barrel? I don't know what you're saying. And it's Cracker Barrel. But yeah.
I love an accent.
I do too. I love an accent. It's because we don't really have one. I used to have a Milwaukee one. Did you have a Boston?
I had a big time Boston and a really bad Boston accents.
Did you have to get voice classes to get over it?
No, I went to college and I realized very quickly oh.
Yeah.
I have to try to figure this out.
Yeah.
It comes out when I'm angry or, yelling or something like that.
Yeah.
It can come out. But for the most part.
The Boston's out.
She's out.
Stay away from Amy. The Boston's loose. I love you so much, Amy.
Kristen, thank you so much for this time.
You're my favorite.
Okay, bye.
So good to see you. Say hi to Leanne.
I will. Thanks so much.
Bye.
This is an advertisement for BetterHelp. Everyone gets stressed about work. What matters is how you handle it. Like you could take a short break and go on a fabulous summer vacation, or if you want a more long-term solution that can work year-round, there's therapy. Listen, therapy is great. You should go to therapy. We all should go to therapy. Therapy is very important. It can change your life. And if therapy seems like something that you might want to try, start with BetterHelp. It's highly rated among the millions that already use it, and it's convenient. You can start a session with just a few clicks whenever and wherever you want. Plus, as the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/goodhang. That's better, HELP.com/goodhang. Oh my gosh, Leanne is here. I'm so excited to talk to you.
I wish that we could be together every day and do like jazzercise
Ooh.
with me and you and Tina.
Yep,
And we could all do jazzercise.
I'll invite Tina, and we would love jazzercise, something slow like that. We do before our shows. We do just simple stretches. Do you stretch?
I try to, but not as much as I should.
Do you do any kind of like? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, you don't even have to say it.
I try to lift every once in a while because of menopause, bone density.
What has happened that we are at the point in our lives where we are like, they're like, okay, you have to be hot, then you have to have kids, and now you have to lift heavy weights.
Lift heavy weights and wear a weighted vest while you walk and eat protein. Everybody is eating too much protein.
You are big time, Leanne. You are big time. What an incredible couple of years you've had. I mean, and
I know,
we all
Amy.
know it takes whatever many years for an overnight success. Like, there's no overnight success. You've been working really hard for a long time.
For 25 years doing stand-up.
Incredible. I want to get into it because for people who are joining us and listening, Leanne Morgan is with us.
You are popping in that pink.
Thanks, I wore it for you.
Thank
but wait,
you.
is this, Leanne's wearing a denim shirt that has a tie included.
Yeah, I didn't know what
love
to
it.
do
It's so cute.
because this is a big deal for me. I said this is my Super Bowl. And I put on big breeches but I do have a panty line. But I was going to wear a full thing of Spanx, and I thought I want to be able to enjoy this, being with you and be in the moment.
I can't do Spanx anymore. For who? Who are they for?
I don't know, but hateful. Okay,
Yeah.
and me being on a television show now,
Yeah.
I saw my butt on TV.
that's
So
right.
they put me in a bunch of Spanx during my TV show.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I guess it's great to slimming, ways to girdles, all that shit. Like, I can't believe we're back there again.
I
But
know.
there's no worse feeling than having to take it off and the struggle and the way you hurt yourself. Like, you pull a muscle taking it off.
I know.
And also, I think there's no sadder thing than when you have to take off your own jewelry and there's nobody there to help you take it off.
Nobody to help you. I'm going to have to start wearing those magnet ones like my little Aunt Lila did. She would hand me a Tums and then put her little magnet. I know. She always had dirty Tums in the bottom of her purse.
Ooh, I love it. Loose Tums. Wait, talking about jewelry, let's start at the beginning. So
Okay,
Leanne Morgan in Tennessee.
In the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains.
Tell me.
I have to say that.
Okay, I wanted to think about teenage Leanne for a second. Because
Okay.
were you like a funny high schooler? Did you get like class clown or something? Did you get a superlative in high school?
I did get a superlative, and it was Miss Joe Burns High School. And best looking. Because I still had my bloom, Amy. And I was, but
Wait
I
a
only
minute.
graduated 42 people in a town of 500 where we grew dark fire tobacco. I'm not kidding.
But still, you can still take that. You got best looking.
I did.
That's a big deal.
But they didn't even have a funniest. Now that I think about it, and that would have been my
Interesting.
favorite. I
Yeah.
know that would have been my children got it at their school, funniest, because they're funny. But yes, I was like my teachers would say, Leanne, can you be the MC? Can you do the announcements? Can you do because I was a ham. But also, they thought I would get up in front of people and they knew I could do it. So I did do all that for my little high school.
Okay. And then did you feel like at any point during that time that did you know anyone that was a performer, anyone that was an actor, anything?
No. But I grew up from the time I was 9 or 10 thinking I'm going to be in show business. I'm going to go to Hollywood. I did. And my little mama, Lucille, let me stay home from kindergarten. I almost failed kindergarten because she let me stay home and watch Match Game and Hollywood Squares. I loved Paul Lynn.
And Gene Rayburn had the skinny microphone and everybody was dirty. It was
filthy. Filthy. But I love that. I grew up watching, Lucille Ball, Carol Burnett, and all that. And my mama would say, "You're going to Hollywood. Yes, you can go because you've got blonde hair on your body and you'll photograph well." And I thought, oh, I can make it. And then I went through high school and we had this is crazy, but we had a wonderful, our choir teacher, band teacher, Mr. Bunch, who was precious and loved me and knew I couldn't sing and all that, but would include me. And all that, and I would just mouth words in front of the choir because he thought I could dazzle. And then we had this speech and drama class where they let us do improv, and I loved it. And then I was in one play in high school. They did a lot of musicals, and I had talented people in this little town and 42 people in my class. I had a boy that graduated from Juilliard and became an actor.
Wow.
And then there were 4 boys that had a little country music band called the Red River Boys, and they were talented. And so we had fun, like in improv and all that.
What was your high school play? Do you remember it?
It was Little Abner.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't have a line, Amy. I was the sex symbol.
You were you were cruising on that best looking for a while.
I was Stupefying Jones. My hair would not fit in this studio.
Oh, none of us.
And I had on pantyhose underneath the bathing suit. And I just had to gyrate. But I'm not kidding you. I thought, okay, this is the beginning of my Hollywood career. I really did. I thought, okay, I've got something.
What is it like being considered really attractive in high school? Because you don't want to peak too early. And
I think I did peak too early.
It's not easy to be considered good looking in high school. It's a lot of pressure, I imagine. I can only imagine.
It was a lot of pressure. And me and my sister, Beth, who was 3.5 years older than me, we were tall and blonde. Mm-hmm. And we would lay out behind our little house in yard chairs with snakes and sunbathe. And the farming people would honk horns at us. And, and we would, we knew we were kind of a big deal in that town. Yeah, a lot of people honked.
I mean, being tall and blonde in the 80s, jackpot. A lot of people,
big hair.
A lot of people honked.
A lot of people honked at us. But me thinking, my sister wasn't thinking anything. I was thinking Hollywood. I mean, this is my base, my groundwork to be in Hollywood. That's what I thought. I really did.
It's funny you say that because there was a certain burden when you were considered good looking in high school, which was this is my burden. I'm gonna let people look at me and honk.
While they were picking up meat at my mom and daddy's meat processing plant. So we did everybody's meat. So people would drive up in trucks, it was behind our house, and look down at us laying in a yard chair with copperheads around us. Because there was no swimming pool.
Sure.
We had to drive into town to get to a swimming pool. That's how rural.
And baby oil, I'm sure.
Baby oil and sun damage and
so
horrible.
Much. What are you doing with it? We'll get to your career, but what are you doing with your sun damage right now? Because it's coming to roost for me. It's coming to roost. I had just had a doctor say no more sun.
He did or she did? She did.
Yep.
A woman dermatologist is the best.
Yes.
Because, okay, Amy, I don't mean to be Debbie Downer, but I had a melanoma when I was 21 from laying out with all those copperheads.
That's what I want to know.
And then... And so you always get a female dermatologist. I love men.
Always. No, I don't like male doctors.
But female, they'll measure your toenails and they are thorough.
Yeah.
So, I didn't have as much sun damage as a lot of people my age because I got that at 21 and they scared the living daylights out of me.
I can tell because your skin is amazing.
Thank you, Amy. Well, I've eaten too much. I mean, I've eaten a lot of white flour and sugar and processed food, which is not good.
We're never going to get that back. Like, we didn't know. We didn't know.
Diet Coke and a goldfish in a car with a bunch of kids was my favorite thing.
I mean, any kind of food that you can get at a pharmacy, like that. That lasts forever. We ate all of it. I mean, don't you remember that there was this feeling in the 80s like, no, don't eat regular food. Eat the new fake fancy food.
Yes. And I remember my mama saying, Lucille said that her mama said, don't breastfeed. That's for tacky people. Here's this formula. And my mama would sneak and try to breastfeed behind Nanny's back because it wasn't cool.
Exactly the same with my mom. People were like, if you love your child, give them this formula that has all the stuff in it. And it was like, well, I don't want to give my child the horrible natural
superfoods.
Yeah, and it was like, don't eat a steak, eat a steak-um. Remember steak-ums? Remember steak-ums?
Yes.
I loved a steak-um.
Loved a steak-um.
Okay, but getting back to jewelry, I'm sorry, we could talk about this forever. Being a salesperson is a very specific skill. Were you good at it?
Yes. Yeah. And I think I could sell. If I believe in something, I can sell it.
Okay.
I'll just say.
I'm not
good at math. There's a lot of things.
I'm wearing a bracelet right now. I'm taking it off. Can you try to sell this to me? That why I should have it. It's just a gold bracelet.
Oh my gosh, Amy. Everybody needs a touch of gold. Brightens you up, gives you a pop. This is what is in right now with this link. Mm-hmm. Everybody's wearing it. That's a wonderful clasp. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can get it on by yourself, but you've got to have that. And I would suggest even stacking a few more.
Well, I do love that everyone's wearing it. It does look nice. A touch of gold.
A touch of gold and a gold earring. Always keep them in your purse.
You are good because you're now selling me earrings.
Because you don't want to go without an earring, and a gold just always gives you a little something. Okay, but let me tell you, when I was selling that jewelry, I was supposed to be talking about jewelry, and I didn't.
You didn't. What were you talking about?
Hemorrhoids, breastfeeding, wanting to kill Chuck Morgan, my husband, because he didn't hear a baby cry in the night. But they had given us a speech, and I would take this big jewelry case and put it out, and then somebody would have like a coconut cake, brownies, a dip, and I was supposed to give this presentation, and that's where I think I started stand-up. Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't know what my Hollywood was going to be stand-up, but Chuck Morgan and I, before we married, went to, and let me go back to say, I did peak in high school. I went to college, and I was like a wreck.
That's what happens with the best looking. Best looking sometimes goes downhill in college.
I went downhill and was doing horrible things, even though my girls go, Mom, it's not that bad what you were doing. But to me, it was bad. Like I wasn't going to class, and I would try to flirt with boys, like, can I have your notes? And they look pissed. But I was smoking cigarettes, and I was going to clubs.
You can say cigarettes. You can say smoking cigarettes.
I was smoking cigarettes, and I loved them. I'll just say it.
And
it was wrong.
It was wrong, and they're not good.
They're not good.
And they're terrible for you, and they shorten your life. And boy,
they shorten your life.
Boy, were they.
They are fun.
They were fun.
Good with a Diet Coke, cup of coffee. Had a ball.
Somebody said that somebody called a Diet Coke a refrigerator cigarette. I don't know who said that.
And now you're kind of ashamed to tell people, order a Diet Coke. You're like, can I have a Diet Coke?
I know. Tell me the first time you and Chuck Morgan met. Give us the meet cute.
Okay, we were both waiting tables. I was waiting tables at this place, and he was a new person. He'd gone back to MBA school and was going to wait tables there. And they took this training group through, and he's very tall, 6'4", was very thin. I always say he looked like a praying mantis. He was too thin. And he walked through, and I said, oh, you're tall as a tree. And he went, sorry. And I thought, another butthole's come to work at Grady's. And then we would have these meetings. I mean, that was it. And then we would have we'd just stand on the wall waiting to be seated, or the table to be seated, and he would just stand next to me. He was very quiet. And I didn't know he was falling in love with me. And then we would have a meeting with the manager, like the shift meeting, and I got a big baked potato with sour cream and butter on it, and he said, you shouldn't be eating all that fat. Because he had been getting really lean praying mantis lean, and put cottage cheese on his baked potato.
He's flirting with you. He's,
And I remember-
he's negging you is what the kids.
I guess, but I thought, butthole.
Yeah.
Then I would say to a girlfriend, waiting tables, I like your Dooney and Burke purse. He would bring me a Dooney and Burke purse the next day with a big ribbon, but hadn't spoken to me.
So weird.
And then he was like, when he was trying to date, I know. And then buying my cigarettes, like, yeah, I'll get you a pack of cigarettes. And then we, thought this is it. And then he was like, you smell bad. And then started nagging me over it. And then got that
really
monkey off my
likes
back,
you.
though. Yeah. Thank goodness, he nagged me until I quit.
Yeah.
And because I probably would still be sitting here
Yeah.
smoking if it wasn't for Chuck Morgan.
Yeah.
But even though
he was really head over heels right away.
he was.
Yeah.
He was, and I think it's because he's a math person and I'm an artist.
And your advice to stay married this long? What's your advice? Like, how do you?
A lot of praying in a bathtub. We do go to bed mad. You hear people say,
That's good to hear.
and then you just, go, well, that's not that important. I'll push that down.
yeah.
And then, but
Go
just
to bed mad.
tolerating.
So the secret is to just stick in there no matter what.
Stick in there and know that yes, he is a math person. And that he is going to
This
not
sounds
be
very
fun.
specific to your relationship.
Yeah, that you find the fun where you can.
But not with your partner.
Right.
Yeah.
I've had old women go, rely on your friends, girl. Because they want to talk. Men, you're right. Men sit there and get less and less where they don't want to talk.
Yeah, they get quieter and
They
quieter.
get quieter and quieter and they just zone out. And so you do. I talk to my girlfriends. He goes, you're always on the phone. Yeah, I need somebody to talk to, Chuck. But okay, so
okay.
Colin,
Yeah.
and then I married Chuck Morgan. But we went out to L.A. and I got to go to the Comedy Store. And I saw people do stand-up and I thought, I can do that.
Oh,
I
who
know I
did you
can do
see?
it.
Do you remember who you saw?
I saw Don Herrera.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Mooney, and he did like 2 hours, and we sat there and watched him, and he told us all that Elizabeth Taylor had died, and it was a lie, but it was funny. He goes, Elizabeth Taylor has passed, and everybody went, he goes, I'm just kidding. But I saw all these wonderful people, and I thought, I can do that, I can do that. Now I know what that is. But anywho, so then I married Chuck Morgan, moved me to the Appalachian Mountains, and I sold that jewelry. But I was in a living room with darling women who were also had hemorrhoids and all that. And I was killing, Amy.
How did you go from, man, I want to be doing stand-up to going to the club to do it? Like, that's a big Rubicon a lot of people don't cross. They say, I want to be a performer. They say, I'm funny. The people that know me think I'm really funny. I'm the funniest person at work, whatever people say, but they don't go and do it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I tell you, when I was doing the jewelry, the company noticed that I was booking so far in advance that they asked me to start speaking at their big things. And then I knew I could do it.
Right.
But I also said to women, book a party with me now or see me in Las Vegas later, which is very arrogant. But I saw it, Amy.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So then Chuck Morgan sells his business, goes to work for a big corporation that sends us to San Antonio, Texas. I started doing open mic in San Antonio, and then I drove back and forth with 3 babies by then, 3 little babies. They were 3, 5, and 7 by the time I got to Texas. And I would go to Austin, Texas, where it was one of the best comedy clubs. Dennis Miller's brother, Rich Miller, owned that club. And I got up at Chick Stick, they called it, when they let women up on Wednesday night for 10 minutes.
They were like, come on, gals. All of you get together and you equal one other guy. We'll get 20 of you together and you can all talk about that stuff you talk about.
And all the boys were doing Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonations. And I'll just tell y'all, I stood out. But I did have on a little, I'd look back on it, and Comedy Central did not want me. Nobody, I didn't have any edge to me. I had an unfortunate bob. I had capris on that had birds on them. And I was talking about who doo-dooed on a T-ball field, which is still some of my best material.
Totally. You would have been my favorite for sure.
Thank you. But I was doing that with little children, honey, and did that in Texas for about 3 years, and then, got on a little tour with 2 other female comedians. We schlepped around, and people probably begged our agent begged people to take us. But anyway, it gave me the seasoning.
Yeah.
But I always, the whole time, I wanted to be on Saturday Night Live. And I just look back on it, and I've said to people that I've gotten to meet from Saturday Night Live, Fred Armisen, who is from heaven.
Totally the best.
From
Fred.
heaven. And I did a movie with Will Ferrell, and he said to tell you hello. And I told him when my show was coming out and my new Netflix special, and he said, "Oh, that's great. I'm too busy. I won't be watching that."
But I mean, what you're saying is my favorite thing too. Like teasing is a really fun love language. Like when people tease each other, to me, it means they have respect for each other. Like, and you tease Chuck, your husband, a lot. Like I wouldn't say necessarily tease him, but he's a big part of your material.
Yes, it's been a lot, Amy.
Chuck
Morgan and I are exact opposite, and I find that funny.
It is so funny. I love how you describe him and your relationship and how his system and your system work together. What is Chuck's system? What is your system?
I don't know if it works that well together. We've made it. We had a bunch of kids together, and he takes care of the checkbook because I can't deal with that. But Chuck Morgan's very introverted. I'm extroverted. I've had to talk for him for years. But he's social. He wants to be with people. But he's a fly on the wall. He likes things organized. I remember saying to him, I know I've got something, Chuck. I can make it in Hollywood. Let's sell everything and I'll cook off a hot plate. And he went, "Are you crazy? We need health insurance." And I guess it's a good thing he, kept me down. Because I did get to raise these little children. And then this happens to me in my late 50s, and I don't think I'll get hooked on dope. I mean, I'm not kidding. If this had happened to me at 20, I would be on dope, I think.
Yeah,
because this is so much pressure. How have you done it?
It's really interesting you say that. Like, I feel like the idea of coming into this kind of lifestyle in your 50s, you do have a lot of tools. Like, you actually have hopefully, like a family that you can depend on, because I know you depend on them, and you have a solid marriage, and it is hard. It's like a weird, but wait, I want to go back because Chuck, you say, "Chuck, I want to do this." He says, "Let's get real."
Yes. And he always supported me. And he would take care of these babies. Right? Yes. And honey, I would pass them off in a minivan to him and go get on stage. He always supported me in all of it. He just said, he's not a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. Yeah. And he said, they need health insurance. He was right. He has always had a big job, executive at a company. Yeah. Made a wonderful living for us. I didn't have to take horrible gigs where I had to drive 300 miles for $50 and sleep in my car. Right. So it was because of Chuck Morgan that really it all worked out the best way it could. It really did. But yes, Chuck Morgan, I've been traveling with him. I'm going Tampa today to be with him, and I will have to hold his mixed nuts. He will say, "Hold this. Do you have any toothpaste?" Like I'm constantly having to tend to him like I would a child.
Well, I feel like for a lot of women I know our age and older, the other thing is when you have a partner, straight, because look, we're talking about straight men, which unfortunately is what we're attracted to.
Which I've always said my next husband's going to be a gay man. And we're going to look for fabric together. And he'll leave me alone and I'll leave him alone. I mean, would that not be the... I've got so many gay friends, men, that I'm in love with. Yeah. That one says to me all the time, "Would it kill you to put some height in your hair, Leanne?" And he's always getting behind me and giving me a back comb. But I love that. And Chuck Morgan loves the gay men. They'll tend to Chuck and go, "Here, Chuck, here's a cocktail and some nice chicken salad on a nice cracker." And Chuck, beams.
It. But men that are married live longer, and women who are married live shorter.
Because we have to tend to them. I know.
It's real. Like women who are not married, who are single, married, live the
longer.
longest. Take that in.
Take that in. And that I know that's a statistic that I was very well aware of.
And also, that what I love when you talk about your husband in your work and is you talk about the way in which like he's like reluctantly along for the ride that is you, which is so fun and funny because he loves the ride. He loves the ride.
Yeah.
And
he does.
He does.
And he'll say, I've got fans. I just shot my second Netflix, and he came out on stage afterwards and was doing this. But Chuck Morgan says to me all the time, I'll retire from my job. He's still working for that big company, and I'll just come with you. And I'm like, no. Because, Amy, I can't be putting on Spanx while he's eating nuts and grabbing my breast, and I've got to get my comedy mind. Like, I have to take a comedy nap. Yeah. Even if I don't go to sleep, I've got to shut my eyes. Get right.
No, you need to be a part. Chuck can't come along.
He can't.
He can't come along.
Because he needs me to tend to him, and somebody's got to tend to me.
Who does tend to you, Leanne?
My baby child. Okay. She's my professional makeup artist, and I say caregiver, and she said, I didn't sign up for that. But she is still strong and still has grip in her hands. I don't have any grip when I went through menopause.
I would wake up and try to unscrew something, and it was like you're just like, well, I guess I'm just never going to get in there.
You're never going to eat a pickle again.
Never going to eat a pickle again. No, unless you just smash it on the ground.
I know. I ordered all those things from Amazon that grips.
Oh, yeah?
That you ever have one of those grip things and then just hit it with a butter knife before you open it. But she tends to me.
And what is it like is it nice to be hanging out with your
It is, but let me tell you, it is. She has been, but she, gets hormonal and can be smart aleck, but, that's okay. That's nature. But she's about to move to New York with my middle child, my other daughter, Maggie.
Oh, wow, Leanne. That's a big deal. Because how old are they now?
27 and 29. And they're going to miss these grandbabies. I've got 2 grandbabies that live in Knoxville. They're like 20 minutes from me.
Yeah. 2 grandsons, right?
2 grandsons, a redhead and a white-headed one.
And then you talk so much about your son and your act, and it's so funny because of your how is it feeling now that your son is a dad?
Oh, it's precious. I knew he'd be a sweet daddy, but he's an old soul. I talk about him all the time, like played the banjo in middle school after football practice. Had a garden, still has a garden. These babies eat out of that garden. And I think he took after my people, farming people. He likes to grow things and
what do you like to
loves
grow?
history. He grows everything, gardens, and my little mama always had a garden and put up and canned, and we killed our own beef.
Do you do that still? Do you still make?
No. Now I'm, kind of busy. Lucille, now Mama doesn't can anymore, but we'll go to her house and we'll all can, just like, like down the line. People bring bushel of corn. When I say rural, I mean I'm from farming, rural people.
So when you say we all can, is it kind of like assembly line? We're all canning that day. We're sealing everything
We're canning that
up?
day, sealing it up, chopping everything. She makes a vegetable soup, a homemade vegetable soup with tomato juice that you would slap somebody over. Unbelievable.
Do you like to cook?
I do like to cook.
Yeah.
I do. And I fed all these children. Well, I was doing comedy on the weekends, but I was tending to them and cooking. And I've always loved that. And, being a mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's such a lovely way in which you talk about your family. Like you're all very close. And I bet this happens a lot is people feel like they know you. Like right away. So when you're doing your shows, what do people come up and say to you? Like, how are your fans interact with you?
Oh my gosh, Amy. They I go on stage and they throw their purse in the air. I ain't even said anything. And at first it messed with my head when I got my first big panty tour is what I called it because I love a big panty. And they would just mwah, mwah at me. And I think it's because they felt ignored and I was like the only person speaking to them. it made me feel I should have gone into therapy because I thought I need to go home with every one of them and clean their house and vacuum out their car because they were so precious to me. But this is what they say to me. They go, oh my gosh, that is my baby child. I'm married to Chuck Morgan. This is Chuck. This is my middle child. Yes, they all say that to me.
Yes, I have to say, Leanne, in all seriousness, like when I came across I knew of you, but came across most of your work during the pandemic on TikTok.
You did?
Yes. And I thought, oh, my phone is really getting to know me. Like my phone now really knows what I like. Like this is exactly what I want. And that is the feeling that people get when they watch you perform is they feel seen. They really do. They feel seen. They feel like there's some version of them that doesn't get spoken of or spoken to. And you talked about it a little bit, and I really agree with you. Like there's this whole group of people that are looking to be entertained and to spend money and to come to your show. And I think not just women, men and women, but they're often ignored.
Uh-huh. I know that's what it was. I do. And I feel like on Netflix, my special,
which was a huge hit, by the way.
Thank you. And who knew
brag?
that was going to be that? Do what?
Should we brag about how many people was it? What was it?
I don't even know.
Millions?
Millions. But
millions and millions. Huge hit.
And I was not expecting that. I really wasn't. I couldn't believe that Netflix was going to give me. I have one other special that somebody put on Hulu. I don't even know who. And I have a very unfortunate hair color in it. And I'm not even going to say what it's called because it is so awful.
What is the color? Is it a blonde that went wrong?
It is a blonde that had no dimension.
We've all been there.
Yeah, that was the color of that yellow mustard.
I got to go get my roots done, and I want to take your blonde in for a demo because I'm really liking your blonde. And for those of you out there, it's not easy being blonde. It's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
It's constantly in the chair.
It's constantly, and now that I'm older, white comes out or gray comes out all the time, and I don't know what I'm putting on my head. But it's Tennessee. Tennessee girls know how to do blonde. I swear, Amy.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, and when I was in LA doing that TV series, they were like, who is doing your color? It is a darling little girl in Tennessee who knows how to do blonde.
One day I tried to calculate how many hours I've been in the hair chair getting my hair dyed blonde, and it was many days in a row. Like it was like a couple weeks.
Somebody told me what I spent in a year.
We
couldn't tell Chuck Morgan. Because I have two girls, and I was getting their hair highlighted, honey, because I'm from the South. I mean, I'm not an animal. I was getting their stuff. We were getting spray tans, whatnot.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Uh-huh. But when I did the movie with Little Reese Witherspoon and Will Ferrell, she looked at me and said, you need dimension in your hair. I still had that terrible hair color, and I thought it was pretty. And it was like the color of mustard, no dimension. And she just looked up at me. You know, she's about right here, beautiful. She went, you need some dimension in your hair. So,
and you said, hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Little Reese Witherspoon.
How was it doing that film with Will and Reese?
Well, I thought I was going to get the shingles because it was my first movie.
Have you had the shingles shot?
I have had the shingles shot, which I thought was going to kill me in a hotel room in Nashville, Tennessee before I got on an airplane. That's a booger, that vaccine.
That one is a big one.
But everybody needs it.
You definitely
because I've had shingles twice, honey.
Oh, God, shingles is the worst.
The worst.
And we are the chicken pox generation. Like, we all had chicken pox.
Have you ever had it?
No, because I was so afraid of getting the shingles that I got the shingles vaccine. And it's for life. It's a shingles vaccine.
Oh, we don't have to get it again?
Nope.
Oh, hallelujah, honey, because that was a
big one. I think that's why it's a big one.
It's a book, 2. You got the 2 one?
Yeah, you have to go a second time. And that is hard to remember. To get the second one. Have you had your colonoscopy?
Oh, yeah, I get those all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've always had IBS, my darling. So I started getting those early.
And how great are the drugs, right? Before you go
out.
Right before you go out, you're like, just wait one more second.
Can I lay here?
Just talk a little bit more about, it's the best feeling in the world. But we're old enough now to get the pneumonia shot. Are you going to get that?
I guess so. Okay, I'll be 50. Well, I'll be 60 in October.
Incredible. You look incredible.
Thank you.
60 is the new 30.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for your 60th birthday?
I think I'm going to go on a vacation with these grandbabies and my children. I'm not at the point where I can hire Earth, Wind, and Fire yet. But I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go on vacation with all these babies.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That must be really. I mean, I a lot of friends in my my life are turning 60, and it feels like it's an interesting birthday. It feels like
I know, because I thought 50. You took to the bed over that. That was wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, then maybe we must, if we're to learn anything from our 50s, which to me is teaching me that the best is yet to come, then we should continue that lesson in our 60s, right?
Yes.
I know.
But like little Maria Shriver, you see her on, and she's thriving. Got on cute chains.
We need to stack our chains. We need to stack our bracelets. That's what we need, more jewelry.
We need more jewelry.
Yeah,
I don't even care about jewelry.
Well, you wear a lot of big earrings. Do you like big earrings?
I was during the Big Panty Tour before I had a stylist.
Okay.
Now these women tell me, no.
Pull it back.
Yeah, I made some missteps. I was dressing myself.
Of course.
Honey, I always had on a girdle, but I was doing some missteps. And I was also inflamed after COVID. And when my tour went like gangbusters because everybody wanted to go somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
There are pictures of me, and I'm sweaty looking. I had drank wine and eaten chicken pot pie during COVID.
Right.
And my breasts were like 2 feed sacks. I'm trying to do better. And people said to me, you've got to train like you're in the Olympics to tour. And I'm got like 70 days between now and November. So
Are you going on tour in November?
I'm touring now, and I'll
you're
tour
touring
until
now.
November. Mhm.
Okay, talk to me about your tour, because Tina and I have been on a tour, and
I saw that.
Similarly, like you're on the Big Panty Tour, we're doing our Restless Leg Tour. I feel like we're covering a lot of the same women. And
I know. I wish I could be with y'all.
I know. And being on tour is strenuous, even though you think people are like, but what's your routine? What do you do, don't do? Do you?
Well, I quit. I really, really tried not to. I was drinking alcohol during the Big Panty. Now this tour, the Just Getting Started tour. And I tell people, I named it that because I just feel like I'm getting started in my 50s, and women throw their purse in there. But I really am trying to eat better, and when I put that darn luggage down, I should go in that gym. Amen. And I don't want to.
I mean, is there anything sadder than repacking the exercise clothes that you brought that you didn't use and pretending like, oh, I didn't know I had them in here. That's so weird.
I do that every week.
If I knew I brought my sneakers, I would have went to the gym. But just like, who are we kidding?
I do the same thing. And then I started packing like my own bands.
Oh,
never took them out.
Never take. You can put them on a hotel door.
Door, do that.
Not once.
But I do have to have a comedy nap, even if I don't lay down and sleep. I just have to stare into space to get my mind right in a hotel room. Then we go and do sound check. I eat cheese, and I shouldn't. I always have a little bit of cheese, a gluten-free cracker. Mm-hmm. Who am I kidding? A little ranch dip, some carrots.
And then do you ever have, you probably don't have any like hecklers that you have to deal with?
No, every once in a while there'll be some little drunk woman that yells out C-section or, wanting to be heard.
That's exactly what we didn't have the whole tour, knock on wood. We had the nicest crowd. And then one time there was a lady who was a little drunk. Like it was like a 6 p.m. show, by the way. Could we try to do like 4 or 6 p.m. shows?
I do 4s.
I love a 4.
I do a 7. If I add, it's a 4. Not a 10.
Never. No way. What are we? And a woman one time was like just chatting and then said like, Amy. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, hi. She said hi. It was so nice.
Yeah, I get nice people. They don't mean anything ugly. They just yell out stuff. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. And you're like, I can't think. What was I saying? And I just say now, what was I saying? And then, a woman will yell out, Beagle, and I can keep going. That's what's sweet about people my age watching me is they're like, they can't think of their name either.
No.
So we're all in this together.
Everyone's like, where do we park?
Where do we park? And eating popcorn, bloated.
I can't eat popcorn.
I love it.
Oh,
Does it bloat you?
It gives me heartburn, and I get. I'm nervous about choking.
Oh, now I choke all the time.
I'm nervous about choking. I get very nervous. I feel like in general, I've turned into a toddler where I look at food and I'm like, that's not gonna get down there.
Hot dog, grape.
Grape tomatoes. No
Do
way.
you? Because I do.
Yeah.
I get to where I cough and I'll cough in a restaurant and get choked, and my kids will go.
You want to hear another depressing statistic? More women die from choking than men because they walk away from the table because they don't want to bother anybody. I'm so sorry.
So nobody can even.
It's the most. It's like they're like, "Don't worry, I got this. I'll give myself the Heimlich," and they die. What kind of sleeper are you? Are you good? Like, how's your sleep?
I'm prioritizing my sleep.
Same.
In this show business world,
Mm-hmm.
because I had to learn lines for that sitcom, and I realized then I thought I gotta be sharp. I gotta know what in the world I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I do like to take a little melatonin, some kind of blend with a GABA, L-theanine.
Oh,
and
wait, what is that? GABA what?
GABA and L-theanine.
Okay.
If you take one of those, and you can get them over the counter, but just if you have a combination of things like chamomile, or it's got to have more than melatonin in it.
Okay.
And sometimes I take non-melatonin. I'm always buying sleep things because I don't want to get hooked on pills.
Yeah, you can't take a sleeping pill. I mean, and it's so funny. You talk to boomers and they're like, I don't take sleeping pills. I just take 2 Tylenol PMs every night. And you're like, ma'am.
I know. And then people say, I take Benadryl. And I think, does that cause Alzheimer's?
You're not supposed to take
I know.
anything that knocks you out, you're not
I know.
supposed
I
to
do
take.
look at screens at night, and I shouldn't.
Same. I love my phone. My phone is my best friend.
I love to scroll
Me
and look and
too.
see. And then, but I'd really try. I have a sleep mask on. I have my Invisalign tray in.
Mm-hmm.
I have to keep it on. I like 65 to 67 degrees at night.
I love a cold room.
A cold room.
Yeah. What does Chuck think of that?
He's freezing. It's freezing in here. And he doesn't like to spend the money because Chuck Morgan is a very tight money person. He's a numbers person.
Okay. So he does the number.
He does the numbers.
When this comes out, your show will be coming out in a couple of days. Congratulations.
You, my darling.
Chuck Lorre is the producer. You are, it's on Netflix. It's a multicam
Multicam.
and loosely based on your life.
It's based on my comedy, but not
Yeah.
my life, because we thought that would be weird. But let me tell you that the premise is my husband walks off and leaves me after 30-something years of marriage, and now I'm sitting here, what in the world am I going to do? And I cannot tell you how many fans said, Chuck Morgan doesn't deserve you. I knew this would happen. He sucks. He's kept you down long enough. He's jealous. And I was like, whoa, no, that's not what's happening. My own little daddy got a call from one of his friends who was in his 90s and said, I'm so sorry that they're getting, and I said,
misread.
Daddy, yeah. And I go, Daddy, Beverly Hillbillies isn't true either. This is not true. But it is based on my comedy and my sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
So when Chuck Lorre came to me and sat on my back porch and held my grandbaby and said, will you do this with me? I was like, what? And then Netflix, has been so good to me and has given me these Netflix stand-up specials, Amy.
Yeah.
And that's the stamp.
But they better, Leanne. You're crushing it. They better give you those specials. They're lucky to have you.
Oh, you angel. Thank you.
It's true. Like you earned it. You're selling out everywhere. You're huge.
Oh, my darling.
They
Thank you.
pay you $1 gazillion for them. They're so they're super popular. You're such a fresh voice, and so in this show you have great cast members that you're working
Kristen
with.
Johnston.
Okay, so Kristen was the person that we talked to today. We always like to talk well behind people's backs before we interview them, so we talked to Kristen today.
Oh.
And we got a question from Kristen to ask you. She's so great.
Oh, my gosh,
She's
honey,
so
a
great.
pro, and was so good to me, and I learned a lot from her. I went in that thing terrified. I didn't know how all that worked.
Yeah.
Honey, the first 3 weeks, first 3 episodes, I said to my baby Tess, who was living with me, I can't do this. What is this? And she was like, you're going to give me the shingles. I was hysterical. But it was just terrifying.
You're like learning everything new.
Camera blocking. What? What is that?
Right,
A script. All of that.
Right.
Crafty.
Right, all these terms. But don't you feel, Leanne, and you know this, don't you feel like life is just a series of terms to keep you out of the room? And then once you learn the terms, you're in the room. Like, it's like now you know the terms and
I guess so,
because
Amy.
you are the prize. You have all of the goods. Like the kitchen changes, but you have the food.
Wow.
I mean, you're nothing without the food. So you have all the food. You're just talking about getting to know another kitchen. But you know, what, a week of learning the terms and now you got it.
Oh, Amy, did you pay attention in school? You are so smart.
Oh, well, I didn't get best looking. Let's just put it that way. I didn't get best looking, okay? So Kristen's question was, what did you think of LA? Like, you're talking about Hollywood and it being a idea in your mind since you were young. You knew you wanted to get there and you get there. Was it what you thought it would be?
At first, I'll be honest, when I got there, I was kind of scared. I'm not used to that traffic.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I knew that weather was going to be beautiful, and I always loved that, and I loved the house that I rented, and it was very Hollywood Hills kind of looking, and I was tickled over that, but the fires came, we got evacuated, and we got robbed. Our rental house got robbed by these acrobatic people. They found them on film, and they shimmied and climbed up each other's shoulders. And the people who we rented from said, "We don't want you to see the video; it'll freak you out." But they were like acrobat people. And the good news is, we didn't. I was working Palm Springs, had a show that night, so they cased us out. Is what the criminals call it. Must have seen an Amazon package of a supplement. And then said, let's get her. But it was me and my baby, and we didn't have anything valuable out there. She had a bunch of Amazon earrings.
Right.
They wanted dope, earrings is what they told us, and guns. Well, we don't have guns. And then they looked at her medicine, and it was like yeast infection, thyroid. She goes, I bet they looked in here and thought, who are these pitiful, sick people? Me, all my supplements. They didn't get anything. And so it really didn't freak me out.
Yeah, of course.
But by the time we were leaving, we were out there 7 months, I grieved when I left. I really thought it was sweet. And I realized this, because when you're in the middle of the United States, they're like, California, everybody was precious. It is a working class town. People were precious to me. And then all these men on the set, because I like to flirt, and I love all men. And they were like looking up real estate in Tennessee. Like some of them, were in their 50s and never married. And I go, oh, if you moved to Tennessee, everybody would want to breed with you. And so they're all going, where's Morristown, Tennessee, Leanne? Here's a house for $400,000 that's, got 3 bedrooms. And so, and I did like for all the men to eat crafty. Southern women like to see men eat. And so they would say, no, you go first. I'm going, no, you go first. Let me watch you eat. So I fell in love with everybody on that set.
You're right. I mean, it is. I mean, Hollywood, in quotes, is a working class city. Like the people on set are all hardworking,
darling.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I had a ball, and I fell in love with everybody, and I loved everybody at the grocery store. And everybody was sweet, and they go, "Where are you from? Where's that accent from?" And let me say to your audience that is huge, and you getting this big old podcast doing, this is my accent. This is how I really talk. People think it's not. But I'm from farming people. But anyway, California people thought it was fun.
Yeah, I bet.
And sweet
I bet
to me.
People start talking in your accent back to you a lot.
They
right?
do.
I mean, it's been a real struggle for me not to, because I'm that way anyway.
You do, and you can do
I pick it up a
impressions.
little bit. Like I interviewed Idris Elba recently. I know, and it was hard for me to not try to start talking in a British accent. But you must get that too.
I do. I get people do, and I do, and people are fascinated by the South, I think.
I think so too. What did they get? If you had preconceptions about California that were wrong, what do people get wrong about Tennessee?
Ryan Stiles plays my husband, and he thought that we all pack guns. And I said, I've never shot a gun in my life. He goes, you sure, Leanne? I'm like, We're not going around packing guns or holding guns. My people say packing. I think he thought we all
Have them
are
on
like
your...
the Old West. And then people all, and I do love country music. I'm fine, but I'm more of an R&B guy, R&B. But I mean, I think people think we're all, barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
And I did go to college and I finished. I will never let you know my GPA. But I think they, have misconceived that we're dumb people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we have, nice universities and we get our hair done.
You have the best blondes in the biz.
We have the
babe.
best blondes for
have the
sure.
But and I am sad that you got broken into though, because that is too bad, because people do think LA is dangerous and it proved to be.
But the captain of the police department lived across the street, darling. Got to know him. He was like, take my cell phone number. Here's some spray. If you're out walking, that's good for animals and people. I was like, what? So, he taught me how to live out there.
Okay, so before we wrap it up, I want to ask a couple rapid fire thoughts.
Oh.
Okay. And see what you think. What's your favorite holiday? And
Thanksgiving.
why? Me too. I love Thanksgiving.
I love Thanksgiving. I love the colors, and I love to go to TJ Maxx and buy little turkeys and pilgrims to set on a table.
Because you talk a lot about Christmas and the prep that is involved in Christmas. And the nightmare that is Christmas.
Oh, the nightmare that is Christmas.
The nightmare
And
that
it's
is Christmas.
and it falls on mamas.
Yeah.
And then you take to the bed
Yeah.
and feel sick, get a sick headache. My mom would say, I've got a sick headache, I gotta lay down. Because you have to wrap all that, do all that.
I love what you said when Chuck asks you on December 24th, is there anything I can do? How can I help on December 24th?
And then usually I have to do sexual favors to get any help. While you're doing all that and cooking and doing. And then you got to do it. And then get all that ready.
Speaking of Tylenol PM, I'm having a flashback that I was hosting Thanksgiving. I thought I had taken 2 Tylenol. I took two Tylenol PM. And I was like, oh no, I'm going down. I just had to take like a 4-hour nap in the middle of
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad. Math. How do you feel about math?
I don't like it, Amy.
Yeah, you don't have to do it anymore.
I don't have to do it anymore.
No.
And I'm so thankful. There are people who can do math for us. And I'm thankful. But I say in my act in that first special, Chuck Morgan is a math genius. And then he bred with me, and we have 3 children who can't do math. They took after me. But they're fun,
Yeah.
They're fun. They can play the banjo, do makeup. Fun.
What about, have you ever seen a ghost? Do you believe in ghosts?
I do believe that there are demons, Amy. And let me tell you. I was in a comedy club, Birmingham, Alabama, Stardome. They have a bunch of theaters in there. I was doing the main stage. There was a girl that goes around comedy clubs and talks to dead people.
Oh, like a medium.
And she was cute as she could be. She was sitting in the green room with us, and she said, we were all sitting there, it was kind of awkward, and she goes, oh, they're in here right now. There's dead people in here. And I go, in this green room with a bad sofa, with a half bottle of ketchup, watching, what was that show? Heidi Klum was on it with that little man.
Project Runway.
Project Runway. I go, so if I die, I'm going to have to walk around in this green room watching Project Runway with a half bottle of ketchup. But she said yes.
Isn't it convenient, though, that whenever the medium is around, the spirits are also? They don't say, no, there's nothing in here. Oh, it's great. Gen X, why are we the best generation?
I think because we have sense. I think we've still got sense. Not that young people don't have sense, but there's some grit. I think there's grit left in there where, we had to work. Like I had to do terrible jobs. But I think that makes grit. I think we're the ones that have got grit, but still open-minded. Can I say that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's paying attention to us anyway, so we can say whatever we want. That's the thing about Gen X. Did you cry at your son's wedding?
Yes, I died over, and I love my daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
But I was jealous of her. I'll just say it. Because he was my baby. That's my boy. And then you have to hand him over. And it's hard. But then you realize, oh, I'm getting now another child.
Yeah.
And she's going to have these babies for me.
Yeah.
And I get to have his babies
She's going to have these babies for me.
for me.
I like that.
And those are my babies.
And why do you love the Today Show?
Oh my gosh, I love I like to sit in my gown. And I like to drink coffee, and I like to see who they're going to have on. And I just, over the years, I loved little Kathy Lee, drinking wine, talking.
Yeah, there's been so many hosts that have come through. Were you there for, did you feel really sad when Hoda left?
I felt so sad when Hoda left. Is she not a light?
Yeah, she seems wonderful.
But I got interviewed by her right before she left. She was leaving. And I love her and little Jenna.
Yeah,
Yummy.
You were so funny and great with her recently.
Thank you.
You guys were so great together, and she's so lovely.
She's so darling.
She is. She really
and
is.
I found myself saying at the end, I went, tell your mom and daddy I said, hey. She went, okay. It's the president.
Yeah. I played
She's
Jenna.
so down to earth.
I played her on SNL.
You did?
Yes.
Wait. Oh my
Tina
gosh.
and I did a Bush Twins sketch, and we talked about it, and she was so fun. Anyone who has a sense of humor about themselves, it's pretty, that's anyone who can
And she
laugh.
talks about, I had a ball, Leanne, because we talk about our college days. She had a ball.
She had a ball in college.
And she'll talk about it, which I think is cute and fun.
I know, agree.
I know.
And what do you think is the best word to say in your accent? What sounds the best?
Butthole has been a favorite. I love it. Butthole.
Kristen said Cracker Barrel.
I love Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
And we talk about that in our show. We've got a scene where Kristen Johnston imitates me saying Cracker Barrel. I'm like, we're going to Cracker Barrel. And I love a Cracker Barrel. And you talking about after a colonoscopy, when you are empty and weak, go to Cracker Barrel and get the meatloaf with mashed potatoes and fried okra.
Ooh-wee. Okay, so you're on tour right now. And then when this comes out, your show will be out. And then, so are people, you're going to be balancing doing the show and touring?
Yes, I did. Yes, the show will come out, and let's hope people like it.
They're going to love it, Leanne.
Can I ask people to run it while they're vacuuming in the back?
Just do it over and over. I mean,
yes, please.
And also the fact, look at how different, the fact that you're doing a multicam on a streaming, the business is so interesting. It's
that's what they wanted. They go, Leanne, will you please do a multicam? Because I've loved sitcoms all my life, but then I got into The Office and Parks and Recreation, and I was like, I would love to do that. That's
that
more
kind
my
of style.
Yeah. And they were like, well, would you consider doing a multicam? And and they were darling and everybody there. I went, okay.
And has it been good to hear laughs?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I realize now that, yes, like doing the movie, if I, improv, Nick Stoller would say, do it again, Leanne. What are your breasts going to look like when you have a baby? And, and all that. And then I wouldn't get a laugh.
Nick Stoller's a director. He's not a man on the street who just yelled out to you. That's important to know.
That doll. I know I probably embarrassed him to death because I would ask him questions about my breasts because they look so big on screen, Amy.
You look terrific.
Reese Witherspoon's head was the size of my breast.
How tall are you?
5'8", maybe 5'7" now from shrinking.
Because you look like a model.
Amy, you angel. I'm fat as mud.
No, you're
this
not.
Stomach.
Leanne, stop.
I've got this stomach and these mammal breasts.
No, you don't. You stop that right now.
And my neck, when I first saw it, I thought, whose neck is that?
The neck is a thing we're all struggling with. I don't know what to do.
And I don't want to get that surgery where they take your ears off. I can't do all that.
Forget to put them back on.
I don't want to have to go through surgery if I don't have to now at my age.
Same. And you're so right. The thing that nobody talks about is they have to take everything up.
And move it around and do it. I'll get microneedling and I have to hold my knees.
Yeah.
It hurts so bad. And that's not even a surgery.
I went to get lasers and I know that some doctors give nitrous for lasers.
I've started sucking on gas. I suck on that gas and then I go through everything that ever happened to me in high school, college, what I'm buying everybody for Christmas. I think, can they know what I'm thinking? Because they would think I'm psycho.
So don't do nitrous is what we're saying. It's not good. And don't smoke.
Don't smoke cigarettes. And I enjoy my children.
Yeah.
Oh, I said, okay, get ready for this because you're younger than me. You're grown kids. You talking about fun is your grown children or your best friends. So fun and darling.
Oh, that's
it's so much to look forward to.
Oh, I love to hear that. I mean, Leanne, I feel like there's so much to look forward to. And I feel like that is exactly what you keep reminding us about. Like, that's what your work is about. Like, the best is yet to come. There's so much to look forward to. Like, life is to be enjoyed. Life is supposed to be fun. This is like, if we're lucky enough to be doing the stuff that we love and we're lucky to be loved by the people that we love, like, that's it. Like, that's what life is about.
Yes, and try new things. You know, a lot of women that have seen this happen for me in my 50s, they're like, oh, I can go back to school. Oh, I can become a yoga teacher. I've always wanted to do that or whatever. But it's never too late.
It never is. It's never
too late. And keep dreaming. I know that's sappy, but, it's good to have something to look forward to. But, yes, every stage of children, all of that is wonderful.
And then at the very end, right before you die, lift the heaviest weights you've ever lifted.
And drink a bunch of protein shakes and blow up, you know what I'm saying, with your stomach. Only eat ice cream when you are willing to go to bed.
Eat it right on the toilet. And just eat it right in the toilet so you're just close by.
That's the truth, honey.
What do you watch, read? Where do you go to laugh?
Okay. I have been loving 4 seasons on Netflix. I went through that.
Will Forte, Tina Fey.
Oh, my gosh.
Coleman
so funny.
Domingo.
Carrie Kinney.
Carrie Kinney, Silver.
Yes, and her husband worked on my sitcom, was on my crew. And she came to a couple of episodes. I loved her from 911, Reno 911.
Yes, so funny.
But I got to tell you, Tires on Netflix just came out.
Shane is so
funny. And it
funny.
is crazy. It is crazy, nutso, bizarre, dumb.
I love dumb.
And I love it. That has killed me. I was watching, this isn't funny, but that Canyon Ranch, every once in a while, I like a good soap opera, like they're on the ranch, somebody's taking their land, somebody's been murdered.
Are you
There's
like a
love
Taylor
scene.
Sheridan fan? Do you like
I've watched some of Yellowstone and all that too. But Canyon Ranch is is it Ransom Canyon. Ransom Canyon.
Ransom Canyon.
Ransom Canyon.
Okay.
And what I love
I've heard of
about
that
it is
one.
there's a couple that are doing it and she has her gown on. And I think they must be doing that for people my age to have a love story because they're doing it and she's got a gown on.
Mm-hmm. And that's Minka Kelly.
Minka Kelly, who is beautiful with that
Gorgeous.
Josh Duhamel.
Duhamel.
They do it. She's got a gown on. And I every once in a while need a little love story.
Yeah.
And with murder.
All right. Ransom Canyon, Tires, perfect. Leanne, it's so good to have you. Thank you so much for coming.
Amy.
You're so great. Thank you, Leanne. That was so fun. And it was so fun hanging out with you. You're a good hang for sure. And we talked about something very important. And in this polar plunge, we need to address it. And it is the burden of being blonde and how hard it is to keep that up. And we spoke a little bit about it, but I just want to reiterate what Leanne and I made very clear in this podcast. You need dimensions. You need different dimensions. And it sounds like Tennessee is the only place to go. So I just want to give a shout out to all the stylists working hard out there in Tennessee to give blondes everywhere finally a leg up. You know? Because we can't have more fun if our hair isn't right. Thanks, Leanne. Thanks so much for listening to this episode, and talk to you soon. Bye. You've been listening to Good Hang. The executive producers for this show are Bill Simmons, Jenna Weiss-Berman, and me, Amy Poehler. The show is produced by The Ringer and Paper Kite. For The Ringer, production by Jack Wilson, Kat Spillane, Kaya McMullen, and Alea Zanaris. For Paper Kite, production by Sam Green, Joel Lovell, and Jenna Weiss-Berman. Original music by Amy Miles.